Timothy stood behind the grandfather clock in the hallway, waiting for his daddy to leave the home office. His blanket wrapped around his body, covering everything but his eyes. He knew he was totally invisible. Finally, Dad shuffled out, along the hall and down the stairway. This was his chance! Timothy sneaked into Daddy's office, where he kept his big boy toys, the ones Timothy wasn't allowed to play with. That just made him want to play with them even more. So many bright, colorful shapes on the 3 monitors of Daddy's computer. Timothy burbled as he banged away in the keyboard. He squealed with joy. Lots of new flashing colors, and even a buzzer. He wasn't good at reading yet, but could make out nuclear missiles armed. Finally, some big boy toys. He giggled and clapped, then moved the mouse around the screen, clicking wildly. Even more bright red boxes. A new one that said Total Release Authorized. He squinted, annoyed. It was too much red. A new box popped up. It had a red button and a green button. He wanted more green. He clicked it with the mouse. Timothy's reward was a bigger box with lots of green. It said, Emergency Alert System and All Clear Sent. Suddenly, all the boxes disappeared, and he saw a big map of the United States. Slowly, happy-looking gray worms began squiggling out of the ground. So much fun to be had. No wonder Daddy kept it all to himself. He heard footsteps. Daddy was returning. He bounded across the room and behind a big chair, covering himself again with the blanket. Daddy entered, saw his screens, and yelled some words Timothy once heard the plumber use. The phone rang. Timothy was sad he didn't get a chance to play with the big red handset. He wondered why it liked Daddy more. So many words, such fast talking. Failsafe designed by the lowest bidder. He agreed a fail would have to stay safe. Enemy submarines have fired MIRVs. He wondered who Merv was. Daddy threw down the phone and stomped out of the room.
Timothy! Where are you? We have to get out of here right now!
He stood still, not moving, hardly daring to breathe.
Timothy!
Daddy still hadn't seen him. Wouldn't he be proud of how good he was at the hiding game? Timothy let a small giggle slip, but Daddy was far away now, crying Timothy's name loudly. From outside rose a low sound, like a giant robot singing. It rose and fell, rose and fell. Such beautiful music. Timothy wanted to waltz around the room to it, but stayed where he was. The people outside sang along. A lot of short high notes, some really long notes too, but just singing, ah. Maybe they didn't know the words. Timothy saw a gray line in the sky, but this one didn't squiggle. Suddenly, there was a bright red light. He thought it was the prettiest light he'd ever seen in his life.